Welcome, fantabulous souls, to Psychically Speaking. I'm Psychic Lisa Ann, your host on this transformative journey of body, mind, and spirit. Join me, a psychic medium and healer, as we explore the wonders of life, share experiences, and grow together. Whether you're new to spirituality, an old soul, an empath, or a seasoned professional, this podcast has something special just for you. So let's dive in and embark on a journey of learning, healing, and personal growth together. Hello, hello, hello. So I feel like it has been forever since I have done a podcast. And I have to tell you, I'm sitting here working on my newsletter and I was working on a blog and I thought, you know what? I don't want to do this as a blog. I want to do this as a podcast. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is not going to be an edited podcast. I am just going to be speaking from the heart and sharing my experience, and hopefully it will resonate with some of you. And my hope is that it will help you to look at things from a different perspective and maybe even go ahead and share this podcast with other people so we can start spreading some positive energy. Because boy, oh boy, are we in for a wild ride. So I don't know if I'm the only person who's feeling like this right now. I'm going to say no because I do talk to a lot of people within my profession. And I have to tell you, I feel like I'm living in an upside down world. Talk about just rising stress levels. I have never seen people so impatient, so disrespectful, such a lack of understanding. I was literally in the store the other day and there was an older woman behind the register and there was another older woman who was checking out. And they were obviously both employees of the same store that I was in. And they were chatting back and forth. And as I walked up to the register, I really couldn't hear what they were saying, but you could tell from the mannerisms that they were both very upset. And as I got closer and started putting my stuff to check out, I heard the woman behind the checkout say to the other one, "You need to go take this to management right now." So the woman paid for her stuff, walked away. And I said to the woman behind the register, "Is everything okay?" Because they just both seemed so upset. And I have to tell you, these women were older women. They were probably like in their 70s, okay? And she looked at me and she said, "Oh, she's really upset." She said she was checking someone out and their credit card or their debit card or their state card that they get, it wasn't working. And the woman was like telling her that she probably used whatever the balance was on it and there was like nothing she could do because it was declined. There was nothing left on it. So the woman literally took the card and threw it at this woman, hitting her in the face. Okay? And I thought to myself, on what planet are we living where that is okay? Now, first of all, unless you are stranded on an island somewhere without cell service, which I'm assuming you're not because you're listening to this podcast, then you're probably aware that there's this thing coming up in the next few months called an election. And may I just say, God help us all. And I have to tell you, everybody keeps telling me like, "I don't understand what's going on. And I go, "You don't understand what's going on. Have you turned on the television? Have you scrolled through social media?" What's going on is we are being bombarded by each and every news network, social media channel with just non-stop nonsense. So I'm just going to kind of jump all over today with this podcast because I just have so many things that I want to share with you because I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever. So number one, I just recently went on a trip to New York. I bounced back and forth for work pretty much now it's going to be about every other month. So this is the second time I actually drove there by myself. And for some odd reason, thank you, universe, my GPS took me over the Blue Ridge Mountains. I cannot even tell you what an amazing experience I had. First of all, if you ever get a chance to drive through the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, definitely do it, because there is just something so magical about the energy there. I cannot say enough. But on top of driving by myself, I also am trying to drop a few pounds, so I am drinking a lot of water. So in my 10-hour ride to New York, I had to make quite a few stops, which enabled me to meet a lot of people along the way. And I have to tell you, it's really funny because when I watch TV, and I have to tell you honestly, I don't have regular television anymore. We got rid of that many, many years ago. But even if you try to avoid it, right, things come up on social media or people love to send you stuff and the whole nonsense. So, when I see these things, I think, wow, like what a horrible country we live in, right? But I have to tell you, my experience driving from North Carolina to New York, making 1,000 pit stops along the way, was so amazing. And I have to tell you, I came in contact with rich people, poor people, black people, white people, straight people, gay people, Republicans and Democrats. How do I know that? Because some were wearing hats and some were wearing t-shirts, right? And young and old, and just people from all walks of life. And I have to tell you, my journey was filled with lots of people holding doors for me and me holding doors for them, lots of good mornings and good afternoons, and lots of having a wonderful day. Or, as we like to say in the South, have a blessed day. And it was so amazing because each time that happened, I thought to myself, why do you never see everybody talking about that stuff? Why do you never see the news reporting like super positive things, right? Why do you never see like bombardment of social media posts about how pleasant people are? And it really got me to thinking how we are from all directions just being bombarded with negativity. And it was interesting because when I got home, I saw this saying somewhere, and it was like this beautiful eagle or hawk or something, and it said, the left wing and the right wing belong to the same bird. And I have to tell you, when I read that, I was really touched by that. And yes, I know it's referring to politics and blah, 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 blah. But in my little spiritual universe that I live in, I thought, that really hit me. I'm going to sit with it. What does that mean to me? And I have to tell you, I have always been that person, right? That annoying person that I can always understand where people's point of view is coming from, right? I could literally be sitting in the center of a table with two people with absolute opposite viewpoints, and I can find something to relate to each one of those people, right? And I think that's because I have always viewed people as people and not their belief systems or not what their life experience has shown them. I've always tried to connect to see, okay, this person has this feeling or this belief system, and this person has this feeling or this belief system. And can I take my feelings and my experience and hit the pause button and really try to connect with why they feel the way that they do. And I have to tell you, that's something I've always been able to do. Now, that doesn't mean that I have to 100% agree with them, right? Notice I'm not saying that means I agree with them. It just means I can understand why they have the feelings that they have. So, for an example, this is something that may or may not have happened to me a gazillion times throughout my life. Being a psychic, I run into people all the time that like to preach their religious belief system to me and like to go on and on about how fearful they are of psychic stuff or the work that I do or whatever their comment is. And while I don't agree with them that what I'm doing they think is a bad thing, and I do not, because I think everybody is psychic, as I have said a gazillion times, when I hear them and when I listen to them, I understand why they believe what they believe, right? Instead of defending myself, instead of trying to convince or convert them, I just get quiet and I listen to why they feel that way, why they have that belief system. And I can respect and understand their life experience, their upbringing, and why they would think what I do is not good. Again, even though I don't agree with them. And that really just triggered something with me, and I hate using that word, but I'm going to use it for this. When I read that sentence, the left wing and the right wing belong to the same bird. Because I always feel like, hey, we're all sharing this planet together. And I do not think that it is realistic to think that we are ever going to all agree with each other. I just don't think that is possible. But what I do think is possible, where we can all get to a place where we say, I don't agree with you, but I respect you and I understand where you're coming from. So as I thought more about the wings of the bird, the thing that really hit me the most was without the left wing or the right wing, the bird cannot fly. And it doesn't matter if the left wing is the wing that is missing or the right wing is the wing that is missing. As long as one of those wings is missing, that bird cannot fly. And I thought, for me, what the message was, is without each other, we cannot reach our fullest potential. And I'm going to end right there. I'm going to leave you with that thought. And I really want you to sit with that. The left wing and the right wing belong to the same bird. And I want you to ask yourself, what does that mean to me? And then make a decision in this moment as we move into the next few months and what is sure to be an absolute circus. I want you to think about, what is your goal in life? Because my goal in life is to not only use my right wing and my left wing to soar and reach my fullest potential, but it's to help those around me to reach their full potential as well. And where their journey is taking them, it might not be the same direction that my journey is going, but yet I know that we can still support each other. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. If you enjoyed the podcast, please share it with a friend and hit subscribe. For more about my free live weekly happy hour via Zoom, my work, or visiting my Body, Mind, Spirit spa and gift shop in historic downtown Southern Pines, North Carolina, visit spiritquestnc.com. Remember, life isn't always rainbows and butterflies, but each and every day you have the power to be fantabulous. Embrace that power, let your inner light shine. Until next time, stay empowered and keep embracing life's magic.